this is C Deval. Yo, I'm up here with Low Key, vibing with Low Key Sessions.
C Deval, tell me the name of your newest project and tell me how you created it. How did it come about?
All right, well, my project is called The Beats Box. And how this came about, it was really weird. When it came to making my songs, I would beatbox a lot of my rhythms and give them to other DJs and producers just to see if they could, kind of like mirror that beat and that melody. And then one of my producer friends was like, "No, what, dude, maybe you should go get your own synthesizer keyboard and just start kind of like doing this stuff yourself." And that's what I started doing it. And that's how everything became like what it is right now. And yeah, and that's how everything came about. And then, all of a sudden I came up with the songs called The Beats Box, and like everything just kind of just like came together like that. So
What should people expect on this project?
well, what they would expect, I would say like, just expect them to hear something that's out of the ordinary, that's like new, that's something that's unique, and that's living outside the normal boundaries of what we would call a genre, So that's what they could expect from this, and just someone that is all about taking chances and not caring about what other people may think about. Oh, he went this direction, he went that direction, or whatever. It's just something that like I'm something that is brave, something that's just out of the ordinary.
What are your biggest motivators and how do they show through your music?
Okay, my biggest motivators. Let's see. I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I think it's probably just the challenge, just the, just trying to push myself to do something more, whether if it comes to an instrumental or even to a song choice or whatever, just looking at, okay, what have I not done yet? And just kind of push myself just to go, that extra mile, just something that I haven't done before, because it just helps me grow. It helps, just sharpen the craft. So I think, that's probably like one of my biggest motivators.
What's something that you want your listeners to know about you?
Okay, what do I want them to know? That's it. Okay, what I do want them to know is that everything that they're hearing on this album is something that was, like, no kidding, trapped inside me, like from the last 25 years. I swear to God, sounds that you will hear on this album is stuff that was trapped inside my head. Like, whether if it's like the mumble of something or whatever and me turning it into actual lyrics, or even just like some of the different melodies, the different beat structures or whatever, like there's like a lot of stuff that was trapped inside me. And so I want them to know that right there, that finally came out of me with this album.
How do you stay motivated during writer's block or when things get hard?
Well, I think like with that, if it comes to a point like where I do have writer's block, I'll just put my focus towards something else. Like maybe I'll put my focus more towards making some instrumentals or something like that. And I would think like one thing that I do try to do, I never try to force a situation. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, if I see someone writing 10 songs or whatever, I'm not gonna like try to force, me, oh, okay, I gotta get back into the booth. I gotta write this, I gotta write that. No, I just let it come to me. And all of a sudden, like, you'll probably get that 2:30 in the morning, wake up, like, damn, like you start like thinking about, I can put this together, I can put that together. And then I go downstairs and, and start putting up something together, or I might just like go to my phone and just kind of whisper something or whatever, and then just write to it later, but I just like let it all just come naturally to me.
What's next for you? What's next for your music?
Okay. Well, with this album, as you see, it has like a ton of songs, right? It has 23 different songs on it, right? So, like, the funny thing is that, like, I had a lot more that I wanted to share, that is like really tied into the specific project right here. So what you can expect from me in the immediate future, probably maybe sometime in the spring, I'm gonna have an EP that has a few unreleased songs and a couple remixes, that that I put together, and so so that's gonna be in the immediate future, and then from there, the sound that you hear right now, what I'm gonna do for the follow-on projects, expect to not hear the same thing, because it's going to be something totally new. So that's what you could expect. You can find me on IG, which is at CDEval76. You could also find me on X as well, and my music you can find on all streaming platforms. All right, so like whatever your go-to platform is, that's where you can find me on. And my album is called The Beats Box. All right, my first is my debut, and it's everything. I mean, it's just getting to know me, like getting to know me. This is my orientation to the game. So, all right, so I'll just leave you with that right there. And what I would say, as far as leaving you with something, I would say this though. What have you done today that has made you better?